A lot of people wonder about how you built your empire. So I want to get into some of your mindset. Before jail and all this, talk to me a little bit about how you went from 0 to a million, million to 10 million, and whatever you're comfortable sharing,
Yeah.
just so people can see your mind frame, you know what I mean? Like business moves you made early on, just because a lot of our audience is entrepreneurial minded. How did Andrew Tate go from 0 to a million, million to 10, that you're comfortable sharing and beyond?
Sure. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to address this webcam thing because everyone asks me about it. And a lot of people conflate my current scenario and the situation I'm in with my old webcam business, even though they're not related at all.
Was that your first business?
No, I had lots of different businesses. I did lots of different things. I can give some general lessons,
Sure.
which I think perhaps are better. And we can talk about general entrepreneurship. But I want to address the webcam thing quickly because a lot of people think that was how I made all of my money, and that's not true at all. Mm-hmm. You make money by being perspicacious and indefatigable, and you have to find disruptive industries to a degree. You have to be in before everybody else. And I was involved in the webcam business long before it was mainstream and everybody else was doing it, which is why it was lucrative for me. Mm-hmm. I am from the streets. I'm from the ghetto, effectively. I'm from a very bad area of England. I grew up in a single mother household, and everyone around me was dealing drugs and killing each other and stabbing and breaking into houses and stealing cars, and all I did was drive traffic to web pages. And I did what I had to do to get out. And now, based on my Islamic reversion, I'm not particularly proud of it, but it's one of those things, and you learn lessons along the way. And I know I haven't done bad to anybody. I don't know I shouldn't have to be sorry for it because the people around me were doing far worse. It's like Jay-Z sold crack. Nobody gives him a hard time.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So that was one of the ways I made money.
Was that the first million?
No. Was that the first million? I think I made $1 million before that, but turnover and certainly not profit. Mm-hmm. But the first $1 million in profit, the $1 million I had in my bank, probably came a little bit after that. But it's amazing, I guess the overview lessons I'm going to give. Mm-hmm. It's actually amazing how general business strategy can apply to anything. It doesn't matter if you're running a webcam business, it doesn't matter if you're running a car wash. Mm-hmm. If you understand the realities of how money moves and you understand the realities of business, you're always going to be successful. And you need to be able to apply yourself and work hard and all these things, the basic cliches that everybody understands.
Yeah.
But I think in the world today, a lot of business has changed. And I'll be honest with you, I actually think we're entering a brand new stage of how money is generated. And I think that all of the old models of how money is generated are going to fall to the wayside pretty quickly.
Such as?
I even think social media is going to have to change. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say this here in case I'm totally wrong, and maybe I'll look like a fool, or maybe I'll look like a genius. But up until this point, social media and all these large companies have made money by stealing your information and understanding how you act and operate by spying on you and then selling advertising. Yeah. And I feel like the advertising model is even starting to die. Mm-hmm. I feel like people who are most successful now using social media are doing it by garnering attention virally. So they're getting free advertising effectively.
Right.
And the old model of just pure advertising campaigns doesn't work anymore. And as AI comes into play and as video content can be created from anywhere, as people decide to create their own realities and their own video games and their own movies they want to watch as opposed to watching anyone else's, I don't know if anyone's going to be sitting there consuming these adverts like before or even responding to them. I don't know who even responds to adverts on Google or YouTube or any of these things anymore like they used to. I just think the whole advertising model as a whole is going to fall. And they're going to have to find a brand new way to monetize. I do believe it's an attention economy we live in. I think you need to garner attention and find a way to monetize it off the back of it. But I don't think that the traditional advertising model of these social media companies is going to continue for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I think it's starting to fail. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is I know a lot of people who run advertising campaigns now on Google and YouTube and these things, and the returns they talk about compared to somebody who lives true to themselves and has attention garnered via virality are minuscule. And I don't think that the advertising model is going to continue to work for a very long time. To make money in the world today, you need to prove brutal competence and you need to find a USP, which has always been the case. You need to find a way to garner attention, which has always been the case. I feel like...
When you say USP, you mean unique selling proposition?
You need a USP, yeah, you need a unique selling proposition. But we're entering a very interesting stage, and the reason I'm talking about this specifically is inside of my school, Hustlers University, we teach artificial intelligence, and I think AI is going to come and wreck the majority of people in the next 10 to 15 years maximum, maybe even 3 to 4 years if you're not implementing it in your business now. Crypto was a disruptive industry, and crypto was a play where if you believed in cryptocurrency early enough, you could have become monumentally wealthy. But I think the proposition of believing in cryptocurrency would have been a hard leap for most people to make. If you talked about Bitcoin early on, it would have been like, okay, internet magic money that's outside of the banks and it's going to go up and I'm going to make money. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, there's no mental reference for it.
There's no mental reference. However, AI is a much easier jump. I think most people at home understand that AI is coming here and it's going to be here to stay and it's going to change every single facet of how our world operates.
Right.
And you'd be a fool to not believe those things. So you need to be in AI early like people got into crypto early. Crypto is a hard decision to make because it's a hard jump to make, but AI is an easy jump. And anyone who's not trying to build AI into their business right now, whether they're a plumber, whether they're a barista, you can name anything. There has to be a way to get artificial intelligence involved in the company you're currently running and learn how artificial intelligence works, because I think that's going to be the future of the people who truly make it and those who don't. And the reason is because they talk about removing the link between your time and your money, because if they're linked, you're going to run out of time and you're never going to be able to get rich if you sell your time for money.
Right.
But the machines never sleep. And I'm already testing a whole bunch of theories and methods which allow us to use artificial intelligence to make a lot more money than we currently do. And I can give you endless examples of it. I'll give you a very simple example. Let me give you a hypothetical, because I don't want to give away too many of my secrets. I have to be careful what I say. Let's imagine right now I had a sales team. And I had a sales team of 10 men. I would try to build my own version of ChatGPT or my own chatbot, or I'd be trying to make sure that the artificial intelligence mind knows what it needs to know to answer questions, and I would compare it against my lowest salesman, my worst salesman, and see how it does. Because firstly, it's free, effectively. Secondly, it never needs to sleep and never needs holiday pay. And let's say it's only half as effective as my worst salesman. That's fine if you can feed it double the leads. If you can find leads now at low enough cost, you can make more money from a free machine than you can your lowest performing person.
Yeah, and deal with the logistical complexity of management. Yeah.
Absolutely. So is that worth a try? Yes, because across the next 2 to 3 years, that machine is going to get better exponentially. Is the person who has been working for you for 10 years and is still your lowest salesman ever going to truly get better? Probably not. And I think getting in early and being involved in this disruptive industry at a point now where it's not mainstream is going to be the difference between the companies that survive into the future and those that don't. Because just like Bitcoin, when everybody starts doing it, a lot of the opportunity is going to disappear. And I think that it doesn't matter what industry you're thinking of getting involved in now or what you're thinking of doing, you should be looking at how you can use AI right now to make as much money as possible. And that's the advice I'm giving to people. And that's what we're teaching inside of our school as well in Hustlers University. Every single campus, we have a specific campus around artificial intelligence, which we teach. And every other campus, all the other money-making methods, we also teach how to integrate AI with them. Because I think the future is actually going to be people who can't make any money at all, and then people who know how to make the machines make money for them. That's where I think we're going to end up.